Hello friends, in this video we are going to see about the how coronavirus attacks study of 56,000 patients reveals it stage by stage. Let's begin this video friends. New Delhi. There is a widespread panic across the world about COVID-19 caused by the novel coronavirus. But what does this insidious infection agent do to the human's body? There are some answers after a review of nearly 56,000 COVID-19 cases from Chennai, the country of origin of the perilous spread. The review of Chinese cases shows that the virus causing mild to moderate symptoms after infections in most cases such as fever, dry cough and fatigue, but this is when the infection is limited to the upper respiratory tract, the nose and the throat. Once the infection involves the lower respiratory tract, complication set in. The human lower respiratory tract consists of the windpipe and the bronchioles and the alveoli that make up the lungs. These structures pull in air from the upper respiratory system, absorb the oxygen into the blood and release carbon dioxide in exchange. When it goes from bad to worse, 80% of patients have mild to moderate disease symptoms: fever, dry cough, fatigue, sputum production, shortness of breath, sore throat, headache, muscle pain, chills, nausea or vomiting, nasal congestion, diarrhea. 14% have severe disease symptoms: shortness of breath, increased rate of inspiration, lower oxygen saturation. 6% turn critical symptoms: respiratory failure, septic shock and or multi-organ failure. A review of the COVID-19 cases that had turned severe and critical, comprising 14% and 66% of the total cases respectively, showed infection caused by the virus damaging the lungs therefore leading to shortness of breath, in which the patient starts breathing faster, more than 30 times a minute, and drop in the level of oxygen in the blood. If the infection spread to more than half of the lung, the oxygen transferring capacity of the organ getting affected. As a result, the oxygen level in the blood decreases. The lack of oxygen gradually after the brain, heart and then other organs. Mortality rate in COVID-19 cases according to whom? Patients with no comorbid conditions 1.4%. Patients with comorbid conditions: cardiovascular disease 13.2%, diabetes 9.2%, hypertension 8.4%, chronic respiratory disease 8%, cancer 7.6%. In several cases, when the lungs is damaged, complication can be limited to symptoms such as shortness of breath and low oxygen saturation, but if the continues despite treatment, the patient may start getting restless and fall unconscious due to less oxygen in the brain. It can also affect the heart, kidney and other body parts, leading to multi-organ failure. Expanding Dr. Arub Basu, Senior Pulmonology Consultant, Sir Ganga Ram Hospital. According to WHO, China Joint Commission report, 13.8% of the reviewed cases involved severe disease and 6.1% turned critical. Individuals at high risk of severe infection or death include people aged over 60 years and those with underlying conditions such as the hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, chronic respiratory disease and cancer, their report said. Dr. Basu explained that the patients without other condition usually recovers from acute respiratory distress syndrome caused by the infected lungs. Those without a history of the underlying illness succumb to the condition only when there is a secondary bacterial infection, he pointed out. However, when patients already have serious or a chronic condition, it is possible the viral infection can be septic shock or multi-organ dysfunction or failure. The explains why the review reported most death occurred among the person with comorbidities. D. Rombal Tico, Associates Director, Department of Internal Medicine Max Sackett said treatment for COVID-19 is symptomatic because there is no specific drug or cure for it. Management of severe COVID-19 case involves ventilator support, fluid rehydration, and flight against the sepsis, Ticker said. He noted that even in a swine flu infection, the severe symptoms are similar to COVID-19 as is the management of the disease. However, unlike swine flu with a mortality rate of 0.03% according to the WHO data, mortality rate for COVID-19 is much higher at the round 3.4%. Historical examination of the most mortem samples from 50 years old man from Wuhan showed how the lungs was completely damaged by the infection. The medical report said there was evident dissemination of nephrocytes and hyalinalic membrane formation, which indicated acute respiratory distress syndrome. A doctor said in a country like where infrastructure for managing severe or critical symptoms is limited, it is all the more important to prevent COVID-19 from spreading. Coronavirus threat overshadows Holi revelry in Mumbai. The 2-day festival of Holi got off to a warm start with the Holika Dawn ceremony Monday night. Tuesday was delayed when the play of color and water was unfolded. This year, the coronavirus scare prompted the great degree of caution towards largest festive gathering. A housing society in the chamber requested masks and the hand sanitizers for its member. Those the flamingos in Swery, which had initially called off celebration, later gave into insistence children who were keen to enjoy their annual roll in the mud. The society management organized a subdued Holi, urging residents to avoid playing with water and use a little dry gual as possible. Even in this, a reveler killed 2 birds with 1 stone by showing off creativity and generating awareness in Woli and Tan. People in the burn fine of the Corona demon. They burnt with its social evil like lack of civil hygiene literally. 50 people were treated with various Holi-related injuries on Tuesday. According to the doctors of the city's public hospitals, 2 patients with the head injuries were admitted to state-running JJ hospital in Baikula, while a patient who accidentally ingested color was admitted in BMC-run KEM Hospital Parallel. Civician Hospital treated 23 persons on outpatient basis, while Nair Hospital in Mumbai Central treated 6 patients. Most people had minor injuries that could be treated on OPD basis and discharged, said a senior BMC official. People came in with a head and an arm injury sustained during accidental falls while playing Holi. Motorists had expressed concern about coronavirus spreading through repeat use of nozzles of breathalyzers used by traffic police. However, the traffic police said they used disposable nozzles made of the paper. Tan police did not use these devices and chose to run medical tests on 124 drivers instead. In Vasai, an 18 years old girl riding pillion on a motorcycle was killed on the spot, while her 25 years old friend sustained serious injuries when their 2-wheelers skid on a sharp turn. The dub were returning home after playing Holi in Manikpur ground. Coronavirus. What tests should you get done and which in lab centers they are available in India? Coronavirus outbreak has spread to many countries across the globe. India too is one of the brink of crisis with over 41 confirmed cases of coronavirus so far. There are also a lot of panic across, more so because the disease exhibits symptoms similar to that of cold or flu. The numbers of people who have died of this disease globally stands at 3,830. While the cases continues to rise, the biggest focus right now is to diagnose the quarantine people as soon as possible to stop the spread infections. Even though the symptoms are similar to that the cold or the flu, coronavirus is a novel strain and hence the testing is also different. What is the procedure? Quarantine and isolation is the first line of the defense to protect against the coronavirus risk. Since coronavirus is a high-risk infection, India Council of Medical Research (ICMR) suggested that anyone with the recent travel history to COVID-19 affected countries or someone who have been in close contact with the infected patients is also advised screening. A statement reads, following people should be considering for COVID-19 testing. Symptoms: fever, sore throat, running nose, dyspnea. Individuals who have traveled to affected countries China, Hong Kong, Japan, Italy, South Korea, Singapore, Iran, etc. Close contact of confirmed positive cases of COVID-19 infections. All individuals evacuated and quarantined from Wuhan and Diamond Prince ship, Japan. While there is no readily available test kit to detect coronavirus infection, doctors and researchers go by a series of tests to confirm the infection. Sometimes testing can also be done at home or at the lab. The testing usually involves drawing blood and mucus samples to see if a person is actually infected by the novel coronavirus strain. Technicians conducted analysis with involving 3 specific tests. Swab test: a cotton swab is inserted inside the throat or the nose. Nasal aspirate: a saline solution is injected inside the nose and then once done the test sample is removed. A tracheal aspirate: testers are also insert a bronchoscope which collects swabs from inside the lungs. Sometimes a sputum or test is also ordered to analyze infection pattern. Doctors are recommended carrying out antibodies tests to detect possible side effects which can develop alongside the viral infections. The collected samples of this then study to detect virus risk. Specific gene sequence which can detect for the novel coronavirus are conducted in virology labs. One such is the National Institute of Virology located in Pune. With rising cases, the government of India has accredited 52 more labs across the country to help fasten the testing procedure at the primary level, who suggested that the diagnosis of COVID-19 must be done by RT-PCR or genome sequencing for respiratory or blood specimens. How long does it take for result to come back? Since the tests are done to detect virus incubation and its genome sequence, the testing process takes a little longer. While some labs can send reports in less than 10 hours, otherwise it usually takes longer to see result. It is reliable. Is it reliable? Even though the testing kit is currently set in a place, isn't entirely reliable. There are chances of false positive and negative to come back, which is what happened with the first Indian patient who tested positive for coronavirus. Here is the list of 52 labs across India where coronavirus testing is available. Sri Venkateshwara Institute of Medical Science. I will say the country names. Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh, Andaman and Nicobar, Tripura, Patna, Chandigarh, Raipur, Delhi, Ahmedabad, Jamnagar, Rohtak, Haryana, Sonipat, Himachal Pradesh, HP, Srinagar, Jammu, Jamshedpur, Bangalore, Mysore, Karnataka, Kerala, Bhopal, Jabalpur, Meghalaya, Nagpur, Mumbai, Manipur, Bhubaneswar, Pondicherry, Punjab, Amritsar, Jaipur, Jodhpur, Rajasthan, Chennai, Theni, Agartala, Skandarabad, Lucknow, Varanasi, Algari, Haldwani, Kolkata, and the last state is Chennai. This is the thing I came to say in this video, friends. Thanks for watching this video, friends. Be safe and be hygiene from the coronavirus. Thanks for watching this video, friends.